An impressive 74 of the Torah's 613 mitzvot are contained in Parashat Ki Teitzei, the most of any parsha. One mitzvah that we read today particularly struck me this week. Here's the scenario. If you're giving a loan to a person in need and the borrower gives you a pledge as collateral, you, the lender, must return the person's pledge at sundown. In the Torah's words, you should not go to sleep with that pledge, meaning, as Rashi says, that you shouldn't keep the pledge in your possession overnight. Why is the Torah concerned that the pledge be returned by sundown? Is the borrower not within their rights to hold on to it until the debt is paid? The Torah assumes that the pledge is the borrower's garment, and assumes as well that because the person is poor, it may be their only garment. You must return the pledge at sundown, says the Torah, so that its owner may sleep in the cloth. In other words, you shouldn't lie down warm and comfortable in your bed while the impoverished borrower lies shivering through the night. If you return the pledge, the Torah says, the borrower will bless you. The French medieval commentator Chizkuni gives us a broader view of this specific law. He explains that we should make it a practice to view other people through the lens of righteousness or compassion rather than strict justice. Why? There's a fascinating midrash. The fascinating midrash teaches that God is like a banker or a lender, and each night when we go to sleep, we entrust to God our most precious asset, our one and only life. God holds our soul for us all night long, and when we awaken in the morning, God returns our soul to us. As the Modeh morning prayer says, Shehechazarta bi nishmati bechemla rabba emunatecha. For you have returned my soul to me in your great faithfulness. The Midrash imagines God saying, you are greatly in my debt. You commit misdeeds all day long, yet I am patient with you. And each night your soul ascends to me to render an accounting and is found guilty. Nevertheless, I return the soul to you that you owe me. And then the Midrash gives us the clincher. God says, just as you are obligated to me, so too are you obligated to the poor. The Midrash even portrays God giving a warning. If you take your neighbor's garment to pledge and do not return it to them, I will not return your soul to you. And when your neighbor cries out to me, I will hear their cry. Like a harsh creditor, God could take an accounting of our day and decide we didn't deserve another chance at life. But instead, God acts with mercy and faithfulness day after day, returning to us our soul, the garment that clothes our bodies, giving us another chance. God sees our frailty and our failings and views us with compassion. So every time we go to sleep, the Midrash says, and every time we wake up, we receive God's kindness and love. As beneficiaries of God's grace and mercy, we become obligated to show that same divine grace and mercy to others. As Rabbi Scheiheld writes in his new book, Judaism is About Love, we are not meant to rest content with being recipients of God's gifts, but are asked to become givers ourselves. God's gifts are meant to flow through us and not merely to us. In these difficult, demanding days, this teaching reminds us that love and compassion are flowing our way every single day, often in quiet ways that we barely notice. And each day is another chance to share some of that compassion with the people around us. This year at Rosh Hashanah, our community will be, amongst other projects, will be making blankets to distribute to the unhoused in our area. I hope you'll join in this mitzvah of bringing a bit more warmth into the lives of our neighbors and join in the winter when we go out and distribute them. And may we all do our best to see each other whenever we can through the lens of kindness and love. Shabbat Shalom.